What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back. Now, I just want to punch my iMac. I want to punch something. I just watched Brandon Rios, Mike Alvarado Part 2, and immediately after that, I watched the Wolverine trailer. So I'll put a link in the description. So, based on those two things happening in a short span of time, I have so much energy, and I feel like punching and or stabbing something. Um, I want to give you guys my official scorecard. It's not going to be a long video, but here's my scorecard. I went back and rescored the fight, like I said in my previous video, post-fight commentary. Brandon Rios, Mike Alvarado 2. That's the type of fight you hold your piss breaks, your bathroom breaks. You don't go to get something to eat. You sit there glued to the tube and you watch the fucking fight. So in the heat of the moment, I really didn't score it, honestly, because I'm not trying to, like, oh, hey, I have an app on my phone. Um, and like I said, I'm not trying to use the extra time to do all that. I just want to enjoy the fight for what it was. I did DVR it, and I went back and rescored it. Now, this might be controversial. Some people aren't going to agree with what I had to say. But actually, when I did watch it and I scored it unbiased, I wasn't going off of Harold Letterman or Roy Jones or Jim Lampley or anything. I just watched it for what it was. I actually have the scorecards a lot farther than what the judges did in that particular bout. And here's my scorecard. I put it up here for you guys. Um, this is really a hard fight to score because there were some points where it's like give or take. I want to say rounds maybe 6 or 7 were rounds that really could have went either way. Um, the the fourth round, I think there was a couple rounds that it really could have went either way. Um, but if you really watch the fight, add CompuBox numbers, add what was done, there's the rounds that I scored like that because I think Alvarado did actually do more in those rounds, even though Brandon Rios mounted an attack. He was the aggressor. I don't go solely based on the aggressor because if that's the case, I know going in the fight, I would just say, oh, Brandon Rios, if it goes to decision, he wins because he's always going to be the aggressor in most fights. That's his style, similar to a Margarito. So I don't go based on pure aggression. And again, I take nothing away from Rios. I actually projected him to win. I was wrong. And it was a hell of a fight. But if you actually watch it blow by blow, look at CompuBox numbers, look what was landed, look at percentages, look at who was hurt. Um, I give it to Alvarado. That's why he has so many rounds. Mostly from what he did from in round 3. That was a good round for him, a real good round because that's where he figured out he could hurt Rios. And mid to late rounds, that's really what he did. He did a lot more. Rios was pressing his attack and coming forward, but there was also a lot of points where he was missing, and he was trying to. You could tell he was trying to pin him down and like let loose like he did in the first fight, and Alvarado was sidestepping him and wasn't giving him that opportunity. So I gave Mike Alvarado those rounds, even though there's some rounds that are really competitive. I scored at 117 to 111, and after I wasn't paying attention to the score, I was just scoring it as I went, and that was the end score. Even a 116 to 112, I think that's a fair score. I think that's what Harold Letterman had, and that makes sense to me just because there were some rounds that were really hard to score. But all in all, it was mostly the Mike Alvarado show. I think when I watched it live initially, it was based on the level of excitement and knowing what happened in the first fight. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's gonna be out of here. But if you rewatch it, there was definitely moments where you felt Alvarado was on his last leg, if you will. But name one other point in the fight other than round 2 where he received that stiff jab and his legs really buckled that Alvarado looked like he was just about to get knocked out. I mean, there was a couple moments where there was nothing, in my eyes, there was nothing that happened after round 2 that looked as bad as round 2. That's my whole point. So again, I think it was the adrenaline and the thought of what happened in the first fight that had me thinking it was a lot closer. But when I really rewatched it, blow by blow, play by play, Alvarado really did his thing and really edged the gap. Like I said, 117 to 111 is my final score. Don't leave stupid ass comments, or you can. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. But if you leave a comment and you disagree or whatever, let me know what rounds you scored for who, and briefly explain them. Don't just say, "Oh, Rios won, Alvarado's a bitch." That's the type of shit you guys do. Anyway, let me know what your scorecards were looking like. What rounds would you have scored differently? And make sure you watch the Wolverine trailer in the description. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Until next video, it is Ego signing off.